Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Subha Sandhyavak. I warmly welcome you to the launch of the Capital Market Roadmap, or the 12 Pillars, One Vision for the Resilience of Sri Lankan Capital Market. Honorable Professor Anil Jayantha Fernando, Minister of Labour, and Deputy Minister of Economic Development, Dr. Harshana Surya Peruma, Secretary to the Treasury, my fellow Commission members of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Mr. Tushara Jayaratna, Officer in Charge, Securities and Exchange Commission, Directors and the Officers of the SEC, Mr. Hiran Mendis, Consultant ADB, Mr. Kishan Balendra, Chairman John Kales Holdings PLC, Chairpersons, CEOs and officials of listed companies, Mr. Dwimuthu Abhisekara, Chairman of Colombo Stock Exchange, Mr. Rajiv Bandaranaike, Chief Executive Officer of Colombo Stock Exchange, CEOs of and the representatives from broker professionals, intermediaries of the capital markets, distinguished capital market professionals, dear media professionals, ladies and gentlemen. I think today is a landmark opportunity for us to see the work of 1 year as a team. The entire capital market professionals, together with SEC, CSE, we have been deliberating on doable program for next 2 to 3 years. So that's our medium-term plan. So today what you are going to see and experience is the outcome of 1 year work of deliberations with all our friends, professionals at the Sri Lankan capital market. So we will further deliberate on the same, and this is not the final outcome. So this is a comprehensive proposal, and way forward is next. So I would like to invite you all to further criticize, further deliberate on this, what we are going to present now. And if there is anything we can add, we will add them. And at the same time, we will remove if there is anything unnecessary. So ultimately, we must have a vibrant capital market for Sri Lankans' next generation. This work is not for our generation. This is for the generations to come. So it should go beyond generation Alpha, and it should go beyond generation Beta as well. So let me share my thoughts as a PowerPoint. Yeah. So then I think it's very easy for you to follow. Right. So the 12 key pillars to transform the Sri Lankan capital market. As you all know very clearly, this is Sri Lanka capital markets regulators' vision. So we want to benchmark the capital market regulating in the region, and specifically we want to promote, develop, maintain a capital market that is fair, efficient, orderly, and transparent. So when doing so, our strategic themes are basically to establish and maintain a robust regulatory environment. So you know the SEC as the regulator, but you must understand that is, our role is beyond regulation. So there you will see the protecting the interests of the investors, foster market development, and this is our challenge. So while regulating the market, we have to have a balance in developing the market as well, and to promote informed investment decision making and to enhance institutional excellence. So in order to achieve all these strategic themes and to strategic targets, I must say, so we need to work within these statutory objectives. So SEC Act number 19 of 2021 says our three main objectives. First one is to create, then to maintain, and to regulate a fair, orderly, efficient, and transparent securities market. So that is why I say, Act doesn't say we are the regulator. We are not only regulating. We have to create a market, we have to maintain the market, we have to regulate the market. So that market must be fair, orderly, efficient, and transparent. So that is why creating and maintaining, those aspects were forgotten throughout the last 2 to 3 decades. I think, we must pay more attention on these two aspects as well. And to protect the interest of the investors, both locally and foreign, and to ensure maintenance of high professional standards, so which are in line with the global practices. So this is the list of major areas we need to consider in achieving our goals. So if you look at the market is like this at the moment. No need to explain. I think almost all the participants here, you're all very well aware of the salient features of the market condition at the moment. So market cap. So all share price index for 2021-25, 209.5. Last it was nearly 50%. And PUE ratios are very attractive, even very comparable and very attractive in the industry, in the region. And our all share price index and the yield to actually the return trend analysis. So compared to last 5 years, this year, last year, we are doing very well. And this is the capital formation trend. So now we have spent about 9 months. So we can see the right issues, debt, equity, and the primary private placements as well. So we can see a little development, but we need more. And the market capitalization to GDP compared to other countries in the region, we are very low. I must say we are even below Bangladesh. So this is what I want to present. So basically, we say 12 key pillars. So we are going to cover basically all these 12 areas. I will take one by one quickly. So before I explain each element, I would like to say it was a 360-degree search around the 12 key. So there we consulted many parties. So basically we covered Sri Lankan capital market assessment, which we have done in 2016. We considered all aspects we covered and we had a assessment. So then we found a lot of gaps. Still compared to 2016, we are far behind what we have found as weaknesses. And we have not utilized some of the strengths we had, and we are a bit, backward. So we had consultations with various professional bodies like CS Sri Lanka, CFA, and at the same time, market-wide brainstorming sessions. So I think these are very critical. We had Colombo Stock Exchange deliberations, Unit Trust Association, so stockbroking industry, then CFA Society, donor agencies like ADB, World Bank, IFC, and SEC Secretariat level, a lot of deliberation. So we came out with all these 12 very carefully. Throughout the last year, we have been dealing with all these matters. So among the 12 key projects, number one is demutualizing the Colombo Stock Exchange. As you all know, it is a mutual exchange at the moment. So compared to many other countries, I think in the region, only Sri Lanka and 2 other countries are not demutualized, right? Not demutualized. So I think for us to have a resilient and inclusive capital market, so having a very good sound governance structure, I think we have to do a lot, and we must, complete this exercise as soon as possible. So demutualization is one of the targets. So ultimately, we will be able to achieve all these expected outcomes. So I think we have the minister and we have the ST with us. I think your blessings and support is very much essential to finalize some of the critical aspects of this. So then we will be able to do. So we have done a lot, but we need to fine-tune some of the areas. So I think we can have a critical close review and to implement the demutualization as soon as possible. Then the second one is development of corporate debt market. As you all know, we have a debt market. Our debt market is a debt market. So I think we need to fine-tune the entire debt market initiatives. So we have a separate project for this. There's a separate team, about 20 to 25 people working throughout the month. And so far they have been working more than 8 to 9 months on this project. So ultimately what we want is capital formation through debt in the Sri Lankan capital market in an effective manner. So at present the situation is this. So when you look at the outstanding government securities and the corporate debt market, it is very small component compared to the outstanding government securities in the first quarter of 2025. And I think we will have a good chance because from 1st January 2026, our single borrower limits will be set because of CBSL initiatives. So I think with that, we will have a good chance rather than just low rates of interest. So our expected outcomes are like this. So capital formation, aiding sustainable growth, and with our new products like GSS Plus, green bonds, blue bonds, and so on. So you have a platform, and there will be a lot of benefits, and even the banks can use this area for further developments. And when we take the development of new products, because in Sri Lankan market still we have very selected range of products, so we need to encourage to have diverse products in our market, and our expanded portfolio must be further expanded. So presently we have only these, right? So, and we are struggling with existing traditional bonds and equity mainly. So we need to think about the target is this. So at the end of this project, I think we will be able to achieve robust capital market with plenty of capital market products in our market. And the fourth one is basically project 3 is project 3 is basically the extension of what I have mentioned. So we will have more than equity and bonds. And in time to come, we would like to have derivatives in our market, then securitized products, tokenized assets, digital asset, and so on. So these things will be in our market with this development. And the fourth one is development of the collective investment schemes. Unit trust industry, we have to look into that because we have been doing and we are dealing with the unit trust more than 2 decades. But the problem is, still we could not achieve the objective of the unit trust. So I think retail investors and the rural investors must be in the market. So I think, we have done certain things so far and we need to do certain things, and especially we should be able to attract more and more unsophisticated retail investors into our market. And finally, I think we have a project called Samata Ekakayak. That means at least one unit per family must be available. So for that we have a lot of thoughts and we have a program. We have initiated several things. I think through the budget or any other equipment, and we need to further fine tune this area. But then that will be a good input for our rural family members to come into the capital market through the unit trust vehicle. So present status is not so good, but I must say not zero, but we are doing. The only thing is we need to have a very robust retail investor and long-term investment tool and vehicle operating in Sri Lanka. So I think in our discussions we have identified this is one of the key areas to be developed. And when we take the next element, you can't do anything without proper education, training, and research. In the Sri Lankan market, I think we started all these initiatives sometime in 2008-9 in a organized manner, even before we had, but we very formally started it. But we feel that at the moment that phase is not enough. So we need to expand the financial literacy education, especially capital market literacy is very low. So it is below 10%. So still we could not attract 1% of the population to the capital market. So whatever the numbers for people say, it is less than 1%. So just varying number of 9,000 to 60,000 people are in the market basically. But compared to 22 million, I think we have a lot of potential. That is, only thing is to drag it. We have to think about education level. So we have plans. So present status is the low capital market literacy. So we are expecting improved capital market literacy in various levels, and not just shares and bonds. So we should be able to deal with digital assets in time to come with the next generation, because people are mainly into cryptocurrency now. So our sons and daughters are more into that. So I think our capital market must facilitate that area, and we should be able to address it. So the next one is this is very important. I think most of the economists, they say we need beyond 5% economic growth. 5% economic growth is not enough. I think everyone will accept it. We need at least 8 to 9% annual growth. So for that, without investing, no one can reach this from 8% to 8%, from 5% to 8% or 9% target. So no one has calculated, I'm sure. So in order to reach 8 to 9% growth, what is your investment requirement? So at least, SEC together with you all, I think we must work for at least 20% of that must be supplied to the Sri Lankan capital market. So that we have to have a plan. So that is why we say through our capital market reforms and proposals, we should be able to provide that required additional capital without, interest borrowing cost and all. Then the sixth one is new listing must be here. So now we have only 286 companies listed on the exchange. At least in 2 years' time, our target is to reach 500. Maybe a difficult task, but at least 1,000 must be there in next 5 years' time. So for that, we have a lot of plans. We need your support. So there we will see private sector and public sector companies listed on our exchange. Then finally, the current status is like this, and we need to achieve this level. So we will have diversification of risk and financial systems and promotion of alternative sources of funding and all. So for that, so we just tested, we had a litmus test with the support of honorable ministers and all in Singapore 2 months ago. We saw the interest, so I think, we can continue the same phase and we can try a lot of external funds. So listing must be here, and the attracting new funds and local and foreign funds. That is also connected with that, but this is separately funds. So we need local and foreign funds in Sri Lanka. For that, we have been working and we will be working on that. So ultimately, we want to achieve the benefit. This is what is expected. So we have a lot of programs to encourage various funds to Sri Lanka and to enhance market liquidity and depth as well. So ladies and gentlemen, the next thing is not working. Right. So phase 1 of the CCP, so this is our 8th project. So they are, with the help of, mainly this was implemented by the CSC, and we facilitate the rules and all. So we have very good, or I must say successful implementation of CCP phase 1, and we are reaching the phase 2. There we wanted to bring government securities, so that I think the ministry and the central bank will help us. So they are, as I understand very correctly, and the CSC participants are here. So we deliberated a lot on this. So ultimately what we want is, we would like to see trading, government securities trading in the Colombo Stock Exchange. So this is also the next step, next our target. So, and this is very important as far as other markets, commodities markets are concerned. So we are struggling with rice, we are struggling with other products like coconut and tea, paddy. So we would like to, financial markets, the capital market must be linked with the commodities, and we would like to have a multi-asset class derivative exchange. So derivatives are not available, not only financial derivatives, we would like to have commodities as well. So we have already discussed with the Ministry of